Yo, still bills was the digital, man. I can't get over how big my forehead is, dude. But, man, peep game though. We gotta talk about my man Manny, bro. Like, you've had an illustrious career, one of the greatest to ever lace him up. Not just a great, one of the greatest. Your accomplishments and your accolades, they speak for itself. The shit that you've done in your career, you take the youngest person on this earth, the Most High grant them a long, lengthy life. They might not see a fighter accomplish what you've accomplished in their lifetime. You were that special of a fighter, man. But you lost, and that's cool because nobody in their right minds believes your Danish Ugas would have been able to do that to you 2 years ago when you fought Keith Thurman. Let alone 3, 4, 5 years ago when you fought Tim Bradley and Jesse Vargas and all that. Nah, nobody believes that. Nobody believes that at all. But you lost. You most definitely lost. You dig? And it's kind of showing, in your character, man. For you to be the Christian man that you are, you should know that, you dig. Character is everything. How you perceive yourself, how you carry yourself is everything, man. You're still bitter about the Floyd loss. Now, I'll be one of the cats who say, had Floyd fought you pre-Marquez, pre-Bradley, I'm talking about, you dig, the first Bradley loss and the first Marquez knockout, you're possibly a different fight. That fight is a lot more difficult because people, ever since that Marquez fight, we saw people really trying to walk you into a trap with that right hand, and you've seen it coming a mile away. But due to the, depending on the degree of difficulty of the opponent, you wouldn't trip up. Like, when Chris Algieri let that right hand go on you, he was like, oh, okay. He's not as sharp of a counterpuncher as Floyd Mayweather. He's not as precise as far as the kill shot where the shot lands. And he's not as hard of a puncher as Floyd Mayweather. So you didn't have to worry about it as much with a Chris Algieri, but Floyd's pinpoint accuracy is what bothered you. It's what bothered you with that right hand in particular. So it forced you to keep your weapons holstered. You dig? He still to this day is proven to be a fan of yours, bro. Like, he gonna talk his shit because he has to defend himself, but I forget what fight it was, but he was at the fight cheering for you when you knocked. Was it Haddon or Cotto? It was one of them. It was one of them. It was somebody that you stretched out and outlined in chalk, and he was in the crowd cheering like he was a regular spectator, like he's not your nemesis in the division. So now you fast forward here, and Ugas comes out victorious, and that's one of the easiest opponents, and all that shit. And I disagree with that, because Ugas would have beat Joshua Clottey. Ugas would have gave Miguel Cotto a problem. Ugas would have gave Sugar Shane Mosley a problem. We could go down the list of fighters and compare and contrast between the two of them, man. But Ugas would have gave all of them cats a nice fight. He would have. He would have. I'm not saying that he had beat him, but he had to give him a good fight. We've never seen you beat up that bad in a fight. Even with the Jeff Horn fight, it was roughhouse tactics and everything, and clashing of the heads and all that led you to get cut and everything, man. It wasn't nothing like alarming. It was nothing alarming. So it was an easier pill to swallow. last Saturday with the Ugas fight, it was pinpoint accuracy that led to your downfall. That's what led to you getting cut above your eye and the blemishes and your lip busted and that's what that was. And that's cool. That comes with the territory of getting old. You're an older fighter. You're an older fighter. You're probably damn near 10 years older than Ugas. And it's not that, your prime ain't gonna last that long, man. Your prime, I mean, you in your 40s now, early 40s. Ugas is in his 30s. You dig? He's still a lot fresher of a fighter. And that's cool. That's what happens with Father Time. It catches up to you. It is undefeated. It's undefeated. You ain't got nothing to be embarrassed about. You did seem a little embarrassed that you lost that fight on Saturday. You seemed a little embarrassed. But look at, even when you look at the nuances in the fight, you was piecing that nigga up. And the shots that you connected on clear as day mattered. He was swollen under his eyes. You dig? Like his shit was, he looked like he was in a fight. Like he got jumped. That's what you at, an accelerated age did to a younger, fresher fighter in his prime. You did that. You have nothing to be embarrassed about, man. Nothing to be embarrassed. Because nobody believes that Ugas would have did that shit to you 2 or 3 years ago. Nobody believes that. No, this ain't this nigga Jay. Oh, hold up. What's up, fool? Nah, nigga, it's gonna be about maybe another 25 minutes or so. I know, right? Nigga had to stop it. Yeah, man, they, niggas be goofy with it, man. But yeah, he's still in the city. Or not in the city, but he had to stop before he came here. They said he about 30 out or whatever. So it ain't gonna be too much longer. And Mike here too. So it's 4 of us. Yes, sir.
That nigga Taylor called me when I was already like...
Fuck out of here. That nigga be doing that shit. Yeah, nigga, I left. Fuck is you talking about? You leave? Yeah, fuck out of here. Alright, nigga. My bad. I had to talk to one of the, one of the team, the squadron, but nobody believes you would have did that shit. You would have got dead like that 2 or 3 years ago, man. Everybody, nah, it wouldn't have happened. So you have nothing to be embarrassed about, man. You have nothing whatsoever to be embarrassed about, because the only reason it happened is because you're a lot older than he is. The only thing you haven't done in your career is go undisputed. That's the only thing you have yet to do. And maybe you had aspirations to do that, but it is what it is, man. Like, even undisputed fighters haven't done what it is that you have done. You are a special vessel, man. You are. You are. Your legacy, I think, is more cemented than Floyd Mayweather's. I think you have the better legacy. I really do. You have the better legacy. You do. So it ain't nothing to be embarrassed about, man. Just ride off into the sunset and go, go look out for your people in the Philippines. Go look out for your people in the Philippines and be the commander-in-chief of them, and just hang it up. Just hang it up. Once again, everybody knows 2-3 years ago you washed Ugas. But it's 2021, man. It's 2021. And you talking about a rematch because that's your easiest opponent. That man has been in the ring with you for 12 rounds. He officially knows you. If you get back in that ring with him, you might get stopped. You don't want to be Evander Holyfield. You don't want to be none of them niggas where they just don't know when to hang it up. And they start talking like this, and you don't want to be him. You don't want to be James Toney. You don't want to be that dude who does not know how to hang the gloves up. You don't. with your particular style of fighting, approach to fighting, is you like to fight. You can't, your body can't sustain that type of punishment at that age for the way that you like to fight. When Ugas was hitting you clean, you didn't fall back, you didn't waver, you was never hurt, you was never wobbled. You pressed the action, dog. Like, that's the dog in you. That's the competitive fervor in you. But it could be your downfall as well. If you get in that ring with Ugas again, I think you're gonna get really, either if not stopped, you're gonna get really hurt, severely hurt. You have nothing left to prove, man. You know, and it's just really not. It's really not good character that you're displaying after this loss. It isn't, man. It isn't. You lost the fight. It's all good, man. You lost. You lost because of your age, nothing else. Because you're in, you know, at an accelerated age in the sport, nothing else. You have nothing to be ashamed about, man. You've had an illustrious career. You've had a hell of a career. Just go on ahead and ride to the sunset, man. Jinky, don't put her through that again. Don't put her through that. Don't put your kids through that. She was ready for you to be done when Marquez did that shit to you. We coming up on what? 10 years since that's happened? Was it 2012, 2013? Yeah. Around that time. Because you lost to Tim Bradley. That's just a few months before that. She was ready for you to hang it up then. After that, you had a damn good run again. You had a nice significant run. After your losses, you bounced back tremendously, but the difference was between then and now, you still had youth on your side. When you lost to Floyd, you was what, your late 30s, mid to late 30s? Cool. You can bounce back from that. You can beat Jesse Vargas. You can beat Tim Bradley again. You can beat Adrian Broner. You can beat Lucas Matisse. You can beat Keith Thurman. That's an impeccable run right there. After you lose to Marquez, you come back and you know what I'm saying, you do what you did to Brandon Rios. You do what you did to you did Brandon Rios cried after you did that shit to him. He cried in an interview, cried. You beat the fuck out of that dude. You fight Brandon Rios, you fight Chris Algieri, you fight Tim Bradley. That's an impeccable run, man. Like, you bounced back, but you had the age and the youth to be able to do it properly back then. You can't do it now. You do not need to get back in the ring with Ugas again, because you're gonna get yourself hurt. You're gonna get yourself hurt. You are. Just ride off into the sunset, man. Jinky does not need to see that shit. She does not need to see that shit. She doesn't. Just accept the loss, and I'm older. It is what it is. You got it. Don't put them through that torment and aggravation again, bro. Don't do it. Don't put yourself through that torment and aggravation. Because if you fuck around, if you want to stay where you got your motor skills are sacrificed, you're gonna wish you didn't take that last fight. You're gonna wish. Continue to be a man of character, man. It is nothing. Like, I hate seeing these brothers. I hate looking at Tommy the Hitman Hearns and James Toney and just a plethora of other, Gerald McCullum. I can't use Pritchard Colon as an example, because just what happened to him was just, that was just dirty. You dig? That was just dirty tactics. It just shouldn't have never happened. But just, it's a multitude of people who just, Riddick Bowe, they didn't know when to let go, and now they in a position where it's like, they can barely speak. Muhammad Ali just don't know when to hang the gloves up, man. Let it go. It is what it is. You have nothing left to prove. Peace.